What's up, guys? Mike aka Phony here, and you knew this was coming. You guys had to have known that I could not resist making some kind of video related to Trials. I absolutely love this game. I think it's probably one of the funnest games that I own right now. And the best part about it is that there's user-generated content more than you could possibly ask for. And there's a lot of amazing stuff, and a lot of stuff that is just garbage, like really, really bad. Like, you probably should have just left on your own Xbox and had fun with it by yourself and not put it out in public, because I'm gonna put you out in public, because some of the, I'm telling you, they're bad. We're gonna get to those in a second. This one's called Rainbow Road, with a surprise visit to hell or whatever. It's not a difficult track. I am clearly making it look more difficult than it actually is. But it's not exactly built for 4 players like it looks. If you look at it, all the pieces are fragmented and then it comes back together. And you know, when you see tracks like this, you initially think they're gonna be 4 players side by side, but this one is not. The 4 players side by side are absolutely my favorite ones. I do like the personal challenges of Trials and whatnot, but I just can't get enough of the regular motocross stuff. But anyways, awesome track. Good job, kudos to this guy. Next up, this one goes on my list of tracks I will absolutely never, ever, ever finish in my life. This one is a trial, obviously, and is extreme difficulty. It's brought to us by Mr. Carnage 666. And this guy's actually got a few tracks. I might want to do like a creator showcase later on to kind of show off some different tracks he's done. Unfortunately, I've not completed a single one that he's put out, and it's because it's ridiculous. Like, look at this. What is that? And this guy even makes a mistake right here. Look, he's like, oh, whoops, I kind of made a mistake. And he still finishes just like years in front of number 2. It's kind of ridiculous, but you know, if you guys can pull off these kind of tracks, let me know. Holy crap. I'll gladly link your video in an annotation, like right here on the screen. I'm like full screen, you'll get it right here, because this track is absolutely ridiculous, and it deserves to be recognized as just most asinine track of the week, seriously. This one's probably one of the most potential in a skill game release. Yes, you're still watching a Trials game. This is real time. It is a pinball simulator. It's called True Pinball version 2 by Jook 13, J-O-O-K 13. It's rated as a medium skill game. But these types of games, they don't qualify as anything in the Trials universe, seriously. The only thing, as far as like potential is concerned, is that it is just a smidge too slow. If they could find some way to speed things up a little bit, that would make it a lot more fun, because right, like, I was enjoying playing it, but it was just dragging. And there's a bug right there, by the way. Now, I went ahead and pulled up the top score, because just like in any other map that you download for Trials Evolution, you can actually watch these things. Watch replays from anybody on the leaderboards, well, in the upper end of the leaderboards. So let's go ahead and pull that up. I'm playing this back in just a smidge below ludicrous speed, and this guy is just racking up so many points, and I see why. The little gates at the top there, you see one's got a red light. You'll see it pop up here every once in a while. He's got a second red light. If he gets into that third one, something on the right-hand side in that little circular area lowers at the red light there, and then he puts it over there, and it just starts racking up points. Look at that. He went from 300 to 900 in like 2 seconds. Anyways, once you get the gist of it, it is a fairly easy game to play, just like pinball is when it's played at like half speed. But definitely a lot of potential here. I'd like to see this guy go ahead and put out a version 3 if he can make it just, again, a little bit faster. Now, if we could take a moment here, I'd like to focus on a single artist. I have his name up because you can't actually pronounce it. It's IB Blazin, but with, I believe it's an I3, or maybe it's a 1-3, I'm not quite sure. But his name was up there, back there, you can check it out. What I like about this guy's work, he has about 3, I think he might have 4 by now, tracks out already for Trials Evolution. And he focuses on the realistic aspect of it. So this is like, I grew up watching, you know, Saturday morning races, Sunday morning races, you know, motocross and all that stuff, and I absolutely loved it. And so playing these matches is different than playing the Trials, because the Trials, they're more like ridiculous, kind of crazy maps that try to make you do insane things with explosions and all that stuff, which is great. That's awesome stuff. But usually it lasts about like a minute to like a minute and a half, where all of IB Blazin's work seems to last about 2 to 3 minutes. As a matter of fact, I think the average is probably about 3 minutes across his 3 tracks. He has a few other like demo stuff that he's thrown up there, like some beta tests and whatnot. But again, these tracks at about 3 minutes each, these are way more endurance type maps versus the others where they're short, they're sweet, and they're all kinds of technical and all that stuff. Now, his tracks aren't necessarily hard, even though they're classified as hard. What happens is, because you're going for so long, any little mistake starts to add up. So if you make like 5 minor errors, that's gonna knock off a huge amount of time towards the end, and you can go back and you can fix it. And what sucks is when you go 2.5 minutes or even 3 minutes into a race, and then you make a small error, and you know that's gonna cost you about 2 or 3 seconds, because it's all about rhythm, right? If you don't hit this just right, you end up knocking back that back wheel on something, you lose momentum just like that, and then that's it. Your rhythm is totally screwed. You have to kind of reset yourself a little bit in order to get the momentum going again. Love these kinds of tracks, my absolute favorites. So this guy, IB Blazin'. Anyways, Mr. IB Blazin', some of his tracks are 4-player side-by-side, some of them are single-player. I'm a big fan of the 4-player side-by-side stuff. I loved streaming that stuff the other night with you guys and having everybody watch the stream and then just joining up randomly, getting in there, just BSing, drinking, and of course, playing lots of Trials. Now, I've been waiting all day to talk about this one, okay? This thing is called Water Trials. If you see it on the market, it's called Water Trials. It is a medium difficulty map. It's tagged as themed, classic, scenic, something wild, right? I want to go ahead and note a couple things, okay? First, if you'll notice here and there, it looks like the frame rate's dropping, which is really weird. Like all the other maps that I've played, no frame rate issues, right? Like the Michael Bay map, no problem. Explosions everywhere. It's totally cool, right? The reason why this thing plays like shit is not because it's the Xbox choking, it's because he took every single item available in the map creator and threw it all in this map, and then took a huge piss all over the place to raise the water level up, as if that adds a level of difficulty outside of, oh, my frame rate is now down to like 10 and my Xbox is like waiting to red ring on me. Just give me a break on this thing. Oh my God. So anyways, that's one thing, okay? The other thing, just take a listen. Notice anything missing? I mean, is there anything that maybe have stood out to you that was like, huh? Usually, motorcycles make noise, like a vroom, right? Like they make little motorcycle noises and stuff, right? Like the cow goes moo. Motorcycles have their own thing too. Not in this map, no. I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's so much shit going on that they couldn't squeeze it in. Oh, I wrecked right there. Why? Oh, because I was preparing for this hill that doesn't exist. You go right through it. The whole map is just a mess. It is just a gigantic clusterfuck of doodads and random ramps and all this stuff for no reason. Half the stuff doesn't need to be here. Like this, oh, right here, here we go. Booyah, I'm gonna do this hill. And then, oh, look at that, suddenly a wall. Thanks. Granted, that one, that's the least of the problems this map has, is that right there. But beyond this, seriously, if you guys are making maps, okay, share them with your friends. Okay, but don't clog up my marketplace with shit like this, because it just takes up bandwidth that doesn't need to be taken up. Damn it. Anyways, my name is Mike B, aka Phony. This is Tits, and that's what we're gonna call it. Because we have nothing better to do on a Tuesday. I will see you guys later.